Everyone, and welcome back to the channel. On today's program, we're reviewing Obsidian's Avowed, just released this past week on the Xbox Game Pass. Early access was last week. I don't think it's coming to the PlayStation yet. I think it's a timed exclusive for Xbox because Microsoft Studios owns it. And yeah, I'm not going to beat around the bush with this. It's not going to be a long review. Also, all the footage you're seeing is from my stream. It is very early in the game. That way there's no spoilers or anything like that for the game. But I think I put about a good 10 hours into the game. And I gotta say, it's not for me. The game plays just fine. Like, it plays like a good RPG game. So it's nothing with the gameplay. It's the story that just does not hook me. I just could not get into any of the characters. I couldn't get into the story. It might be because it's based on an existing property and not kind of like an original Obsidian thing, and they were trying to fit the narrative of this into that world. So they're their own little kind of quirks and things like that we saw in Fallout New Vegas and Outer Worlds just couldn't shine through for that. So I mean, that might be the case here, but it's a very bland story. I know a lot of people have taken to comparing it to Skyrim. I guess maybe a fitting comparison only because, Obsidian, they did another Bethesda game, Fallout. So a lot of people compared Fallout New Vegas to Fallout 3 and also the later Fallout 4. But also, like, Outer Worlds felt like Fallout in outer space in a sense with the gameplay, the style, and everything like that. Now this, I guess because it's maybe it's high fantasy. I can't remember all the definitions for high fantasy and what is considered high fantasy, what's not considered high fantasy. But because this is in a fantasy world with powers and lore and mysticism, I guess the comparisons to Skyrim will happen given its Obsidian and how closely they've made games either for Bethesda or like Bethesda games. So I guess it's fitting that this would be compared to Skyrim, Bethesda's last big. It's not Morrowind because Morrowind's part of the series. Their medieval series thing. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. It's been a long weekend for me, folks. But yeah, so the game is the story's just bland. I just could not get into it. I gave it a go for part of the stream. My buddy Keenan was over, and him and I were just talking about the game. And we played a little more offline because I was just like, I'm not going to stream this because I'm not that into it. Maybe it gets better and maybe I'll pick up the streams later. But now, like I said, 10 hours in and just playing story stuff. I wasn't really doing a lot of side quests because since the gameplay I thought was fine, I wanted to get more into the story. And the problem is, like, just the more I got into it or the more of the story I got into, me personally, I could not get into the story. That is a terrible sentence. I apologize for that. So in the end, I think it's a fun enough game. If this, it's gonna be hard to rate this. Usually, I do the whole X play ending. That's why I'm giving this a number out of 10, kind of thing like that. But I don't think that fits for Avowed. I think Avowed, liking this game really hinges on how much you like the story. So it definitely would be something subjective. This story is not for me. I just could not get into it, and maybe it's because I'm playing Mother 3 right now, and Mother 3's story is so much more fun and inventive and just cool that Avowed's being hurt because I'm playing these two games simultaneously. Maybe it's that, or just maybe I find it boring. So I think rating this in my normal rating, like I said, doing the X-Play thing, I don't think I can for Avowed because, like I said, I think it's all about what you get out of the story because I feel the game mechanics are fine. It plays how I expected it to play. I expected it to kind of play like Skyrim, kind of play like Fallout in that vein and everything like that. So it does that. It delivers on that. I did find switching weapons a little clunky, but other than that, like, everything played fine. Combat was fine, moving around the world, talking, picking up things, climbing things, doing things, all what I expected, all executed very well. So I don't want to say it's a bad game, because it's not a bad game, because we have stressed on this channel many, many times before. It's all about having fun while you're playing a game. And I did have fun in combat. When I was fighting things, I was having a lot of fun. But the problem is, I didn't have any fun exploring when I did venture off from the story. There was nothing in the world that felt alive to me that made me want to explore more, kind of like in Skyrim or in Fallout or Outer Worlds or Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, kind of thing like that, or, you know, the 3D Mario games. There was just nothing there that made me want to explore it. It kind of felt like a lifeless world in a sense. So the gameplay's fine. It doesn't intrigue you to go off the beaten path, off on side quests or anything like that. It does just feel like it wants you to slog through the story. And if you enjoy the story, then this game is for you. It's a fun Western RPG game. Like I said, the combat's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. The boss battles you do are fun and challenging. You've got to use health. You've got to use strategy. You got to whenever one of these first-person RPGs actually makes me use the block button, like I equip a shield to survive, I feel it's doing a good job for combat. So it does all that. But like I said, the story just bored me. I found myself skipping through some dialogue and things like that because I just want to get back to playing the game because I just was not having the fun with the story. So if you I would say play this game on Game Pass. Do not buy it yet. Make sure you enjoy it. Then maybe, you know, buy it on Steam, or, you know, you can buy it from Xbox. You can buy a hard copy, things like that. I would say if you have Game Pass, play it on Game Pass first. See if you really like it before you decide to buy it. And then yeah, it's like I said, I think it's all about the story. I think if you get into the story and you enjoy the story, then you're gonna have fun with the game. If you don't care about the story at all, if you just want to play a fun fantasy game where, you know, you can bowl through like a barbarian, or you can use magic and do a bunch of different things, and you don't care about story at all, I think you'll have fun doing that. But like I said, it doesn't give you much incentive to explore outside the main narrative. The world does not feel as lived in as some of Obsidian's past games, so it kind of hurts it there. But in the end, I would say if you don't care about the story or you like the story, the game will be fun for you to play. If you're really story driven in these kind of games, which I kind of am, I do like a fun game. And if it's short, I'll play a fun game regardless of the story. But this game, I think, takes 25 to 40 hours to beat. And I just could not invest that time into it. I was just getting bored with the story. And I can play similar games like Outer Worlds 2, I'm really excited for. So, and I can go play Outer Worlds, I can go play Fallout, I can go play Skyrim or Morrowind or something like that and get the same kind of gameplay and a story I really enjoy. So that's where it falters. So if I were to give it a grade, I would say a 6. Probably an 8 for the gameplay and like a 4 or a 5 for the story. So that's where I'm going to land at a 6. But like I said, I'm not giving it an overall grade like I normally do. Just because, like I said, I did have fun with the combat and things like that. So I think if you enjoy the combat and don't care about the story, or you enjoy the story, this might be an 8 or a 9 game for you. Maybe high 7, something like that. But, you know, if you're here for the story and it bores you like it bored me, this is going to be like a 5 or a 4, kind of thing like that. So just to give you kind of where I'm coming from with this game. So definitely try it out on Game Pass. Like with any Game Pass, any new release Game Pass game, I say if you got Game Pass, just give it a whirl. See if you like it. You may like it, you may not like it, but it doesn't cost you anything to do that. So this would be, if I'm rating it, don't play, try it on Game Pass, buy it. It gets a try on Game Pass. Maybe that might be my new rating system for Game Pass games. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. I hope it was informative and made you decide whether you wanted to try it out or not. Let me know in the comments below. If you have played Avowed, did you enjoy it? Did you really like the story? Am I wrong here? I definitely want to hear from you because I do like to hear other opinions. Oh, one thing before I go, when it talks, I've seen a lot of videos pop up in my algorithm about Avowed going woke and going broke. The only woke thing that popped into me, or popped into my cone of view, was the they them stuff at the very beginning, and you can choose not to display your pronouns in the game. So if that kind of thing offends you, you're a little soft. But as far as like the storytelling and everything like that, I didn't really see forced social political views within that story. So you don't have to worry about that there. Maybe I missed it. Maybe something went over my head because I'm old. I don't know. But it didn't feel woke to me. It felt like an undercooked story in the game. So there you go. Definitely try it out on Game Pass if you have Game Pass. That's my recommendation for it. And as always, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.